Minecraft community are terrible at predicting what the next major update theme will be, which is a problem because I really want to know what's happening in 1.21. So I'm taking things into my own hands by asking GPT-3. This is an AI which we're going to feed all of the Minecraft update changelogs to, and using deep learning, it will predict what 1.21 will be to a higher degree of accuracy than we've ever seen before. I'm excited, I hope you're excited, because we're about to learn what 1.21.0 will be. In fact, we're going to have a full changelog for this update because it has been generated, so drumroll, Minecraft 1.21.0 will be the friendly update. That's an interesting title. Let's read more about the changelog. The official update for Minecraft 1.21.0, this update fixes bugs and includes many new features such as added ability to play with friends in split screen mode. That's really cool. I mean, that feature already exists in Bedrock, but it's nice that they're adding it to Java. I guess you could conclude they mean. Redstone dust can now be placed on the side of stairs and upside down. Whoa, that's actually really cool. You could place redstone dust upstairs, which sounds pretty fun by itself, but upside down is revolutionary. Also, thrown snowballs now have an indicator that shows how far they have traveled. New trading post feature allows you to easily trade items with other players, added a new world type, island, added a new biome, the tropical forest. All of that sounds really good, actually. I mean, is that just me? I think that the island world type would be fascinating. I think the trading pot... Sorry, it's not a trading post, it's a trading pot. What does that mean? You put things in the trading pot and then other people can take out of it? You know, I'd like to believe that it meant trading post, but the algorithm is far superior to my own intellect here, and so the trading pot is clearly what is coming in 1.21. The indicator for thrown snowballs sounds pretty cool too, by the way. Anyway, the new blocks added in this update will be slate, steel, turquoise ore, and the trading pot. Okay, see, it actually can keep consistency from one part to another, and then there is a whole host of new items. The crystals, which are found in the new tropical forest, turquoise, which is an ore type found in those same tropical forests. I mean, a biome-specific ore is a new thing, but sounds good. Steel ingots, steel sword, steel pickaxe, steel shovel. There's a whole brand new category made from iron ingots and coal. That actually sounds like a fun idea, and I'm 100% only saying that because I played RuneScape and steel is in that game as the tier after iron, but I think it'd be great anyway, as well as the turquoise block and the ice bomb, which is used to make ice pillars, which is a really weird mix with the rest of the update, besides maybe the snowballs having that indicator on there. But yeah, there are also new mobs in this update, the agouti. This is a new type of rodent that can be found in the new biome, the tropical forest. Wait, is agouti a real animal? Whoa, the agouti is a real animal. It's pretty cute too, actually. Have you ever seen one of these in real life? I've never heard of them, but they're native to Middle America, Northern and Central South America, so now we know. There's also the howler monkey, which I did also decide to Google, and wow, that's also a real creature. So Minecraft is adding howler monkeys and agoutis, which are pretty niche, I would say, but the tropical forest needs something, and these two mobs are a pretty good fit. This actually sounds really legit. A new tier of weapons, a new, block type, which is coming from turquoise, and the new tropical forest. It's sounding pretty good, especially with that island, which is listed again in the new world type. It's a world type composed entirely of small islands. I think archipelago might be the better term for this than island, but either way, it's a good title idea. New biome, tropical forest, changes, and then it lists the same things again, but separately, and then fixes more than 12,000 bug fixes. That is a very bold claim. Minecraft updates usually have a big list of bug fixes, but they're usually in the dozens or the hundreds. 12,000 bug fixes mean this is a very friendly update. I can understand the lack of features because they made up for it in bug fixes. Is this what you want in 1.21? Because that is what is definitely going to come. However, here's the fun thing. I decided this is a good idea, but what if the AI gets it slightly wrong? And so we ran everything again from scratch just to see what it would get this time, and we got a second idea, Minecraft 1.21, the adventure update. That's right, the official update 1.21.0 is now available. There's no grammar mistake in this title, which makes me think this is probably the actual update. And in this update, we've added new features, made some balance changes, and fixed a number of bugs. New features added new dungeon structures. Pit, a new small dangerous dungeon that is home to hostile mobs. These are the traditional dungeons. Tower, a large dangerous dungeon that is home to powerful mobs and some treasure. The Temple, a huge dangerous dungeon that is home to some powerful mobs and some good treasure. It's the only difference that the mobs are very powerful and the treasure is good. I mean, that is good that the AI can work out that there should be a balance to the temple over the tower, but it's also kind of crazy how repetitive that sounds. Oh, also it's huge instead of large. So finally, there is the fortress, a massive dungeon that is home to very powerful mobs, bosses, and great treasure. So the tower to fortress spectrum is the quality of the mobs and the quality of the treasure, which sounds pretty good, but what are those mobs and what are those treasures? Well, let's find out after the new adventure mode mechanics, because when you're in adventure mode, you can hide, which will allow you to press the sneak key and stay hidden from mobs. Mobs will not be able to see you if you're hiding, but you will not be able to see them either. What does that mean? The mobs go invisible when you... Okay, that's good. We've got added new death message for players who die in dungeons. We've got added the new dungeon finder feature to help people find suitable dungeons to raid. What would that look like? You can find suitable dungeons? Okay, this doesn't feel like Minecraft at all. Added a new Monster Hunter game mode in which players must work together to hunt down and slay giant monsters. I am in Minecraft. I want 1.21 the adventure update. If this isn't already your plan, you should take notes from this because this is genius. So what else is coming in this update? There are new blocks, the crate, the workbench, the spike trap, and the treasure chest. The treasure chest is just a large chest filled with random treasure. The spike trap will impale any creature that steps on it. Here's the crazy thing about that. That actually existed in early betas of Minecraft. It's been in the game files for a while. It was going to come on the pistons as a potential. The spike trap is not a random idea. It's an old Minecraft feature. That is how good this AI actually is. And yeah, the workbench and the crate sound like they're fun too. But the new items sound way better. The dungeon key can be used to open locked doors in the dungeons. The treasure map is an item that can be used to climb walls and reach high places, and the hot air balloon is an item that allows the player to float gently down from high places. Wow, those all sound like pretty good things. The dungeon key and the treasure map are probably directly stolen from The Legend of Zelda, and the hot air balloon feels a bit confusing because the Elytra already exists, but maybe the hot air balloon is just so much better at falling carefully. Isn't that just a parachute they're describing? Anyway, there are also new mobs in this update. They added the following mobs: the giant spider, a large aggressive spider that can climb walls and shoot webbing. That sounds like a disaster. The giant scorpion is a large aggressive scorpion that can poison its victims. That also sounds kind of bad. There's a giant ant, which is a large aggressive ant. You know, why is everything large and aggressive? Seriously, every single one of these is a large aggressive mob. We get the point, Minecraft. Everything is large and everything is aggressive. They're big mobs. I see it already, but they can climb walls and shoot acid. And then there's the horn beetle, and guess this. Guess what? It's a large, aggressive beetle that can charge at its enemies. And then there's the beetle larva, which is just the baby form of the horned beetle. So yeah, those are 5 new mobs. They all sound very... I guess dungeon-like, I guess it fits in that way. But then they added the following bosses. As previously stated, more are in the pipeline. The king is a powerful skeleton that rules over the undead minions in the dungeon. The queen is a powerful spider that rules over the arachnid minions in the dungeon. The ancient one is a powerful... By the way, the king and the queen just being the same thing but ruling over different types of mobs. It feels a bit weird, but then there's the ancient one, which is a powerful scorpion that rules over the arthropod minions in the dungeon. Balance changes, skeletons and zombies no longer burn in direct sunlight, creepers no longer explode when shot by arrows. Is that how they work right now? Endermen no longer teleport when hit by arrows. That actually is a good feature. And ghasts no longer spawn in the Nether. Yes, I am on board with this update 100%. Why do we have ghasts in the Nether at all? They ruined the whole thing. No more ghasts in the Nether. Make them a custom mob. They're awful. There we go. Sounds good to me. Anyway, they've got bug fixes. Compared to the other version of this update, which had 12,000 bug fixes, this one has just 4. They fixed a bug where players could not sleep in beds. They fixed a bug where players could suffocate inside blocks. They fixed a bug where some monsters would not attack players. And they fixed a bug where the game would sometimes crash when loading save files. Those all sound like real bugs, right? That is definitely what Minecraft 1.21 will be. And honestly, I'm pretty excited for 1.21, the adventure update. I think the amount of different things we could do is way better than the friendly update. And that's why we stopped looking for update titles there and said, wow, That sure is interesting. Except no, I'm just kidding. We loaded up another one, Minecraft 1.20 Dragons. So 1.20 is a major update to Minecraft released September the 2nd of 2023. That's actually a plausible time frame they could release this, so that's actually really impressive. A major change is the addition of the dragon mounts, which allow the player to ride dragons in the game. This adds a whole new dimension to the game and allows players to explore the world in a whole new way. Are they saying like metaphorically there is a new dimension, like a new, like physical space? Or are they saying there is a fourth dimension being added? That's something I think they need to clarify. But yeah, there are a whole variety of new blocks and items added this update. Some of the highlights include the Obsidian Pinnacle block, which is a very rare and powerful block which can only be found in the Nether. There are also a variety of new food items added, such as the new Dragon's Breath soup, which will heal the player and give them a temporary buff. That is actually pretty interesting sounding. I would like to see that. Finally, a variety of new achievements have been added. Heck yeah, you achievement hunters, guess what? You can get your hands on the new Dragon Rider achievement, which is awarded for riding a dragon, as well as the new Nether Explorer achievement, which is awarded for reaching the bottom of the Nether. That actually sounds pretty interesting. There are also new blocks in this update, such as the Dragon Breath block. There's now 7 types of Dragon Breath: Ender, Blaze, Wither, Frost, Poison, Lightning, and Water. I mean, I can vaguely see that. There's elemental dragons now, so they need different dragon breaths maybe. There's also the Ender Dragon Breath. This is a block which deals damage to Endermen and any other Ender entities that are in range. That is a very specific block, but power to it, I guess. There's the Blaze Dragon Breath. This block will deal damage to all adjacent entities, including players. So it's a magma block, but it irradiates from the sides. The Frost Dragon Breath will deal damage to any entity that is inside powdered snow, while the Wither Dragon Breath will deal damage to Wither skeletons and the Wither. Finally, there is the Lightning Dragon Breath and the Water Dragon Breath, which deal damage to witches, zombies, piglins, and charged creepers, and then damage to any entity that is in water. As a block, I don't understand those in the slightest. Like, there is a block in the water that just can shock the water, I guess. That kind of makes some sense. But why does the Lightning Dragon Breath deal damage to the witches, the zombie piglins, and the chut? It's because they're all struck by lightning. You can deal damage to things which have been struck by lightning before. Seems a little bit of a niche block, if you ask me. Finally, we've got the Dragon's Breath Rack, which is a new block found only in the Nether, which can be used to store Dragon Breath items. Finally, the Obsidian Pinnacle is a new block which can only be found in the Nether. It's extremely rare and has a variety of powerful properties, including the ability to teleport the player to the Dragon's Domain. That sounds amazing, actually. There are new items in this update: the Dragon's Breath Bottle, the Dragon's Breath Soup, the Dragon Star Cluster, the Dragon Scales, and the Dragon Rider. This is where things got a bit corrupted, because the Dragon Star Cluster is a new item that can be used to create powerful tools and armor. It's only found in the Dragon's Domain. Sounds like a fun dimension, but then when the armor comes up, it says it's crafted with Dragon Scales and gives the player the ability to ride and tame dragons. The Dragon Scales is a new item found only in the Dragon's Domain and is used to create the Dragon Rider armor. So there's a brand new item that only does one thing. That's just bad on a gameplay level. But then there's a Dragon Star Cluster which says it also does that thing and then maybe doesn't, or maybe you need both of them and it's just not clarified. It's a little bit confusing, but more confusing is the Dragon's Eye, an item that allows the player to see through the eyes of a dragon. What does that mean? What, you put the dragon eye in and now you can see through the dragon? It just doesn't seem like a fun idea. And then there's the Dragon Horn, which is another item which can be used to tame dragons. Finally, there are 3 brand new achievements for taming a dragon, riding a dragon, and reaching the bottom of the Nether. That is so out of left field. This whole update, every single thing has dragon in there, and then if you reach the bottom of the Nether, you get something nice. So yeah, the Dragon Domain is a new dimension which can only be accessed by an Obsidian Pinnacle. In this dimension, the player can ride on dragons and explore unique and dangerous areas. New music, Dragon Roar by Isaacs. That does sound really fun, and this update does sound pretty interesting. I mean, it has no bug fixes apparently, but honestly, it just got a bit obsessed with dragons. It's like a 5-year-old that you told about dragons the first time. They're like, oh, that'd be cool if dragons could fly, and if you could tame dragons, and then if the dragons dropped items you could use to tame those dragons. Whoa, dragon update, yeah! But it doesn't actually, I feel like besides like a 5-year-old of ADHD, there isn't much that this update really predicts very effectively, and so I think probably the adventure update or the friendly update, probably what 1.21 will be, because as we all know, AI can predict the future, which is why I figured, you know, let's test a more boring update. We know that 1.19.60 and 1.19.50 are updates being developed as bug fixes for Minecraft Bedrock. What is coming in 1.19.7? See, Why don't we find out? So 1.19.70 is an update which, according to the GPT-3, it will include stability and performance updates as well as bug fixes, changes, added support for custom game modes, added support for custom recipes, custom items, custom blocks, custom enchantments, custom sounds, and custom achievements. That's a cool sounding update. And then fixes, fixed a crash that could occur when a player tried to connect to a server that had been closed, and fixed a bug that caused blocks to fall through the ground when they were hit by a player, as well as a bug that caused players to take damage when they were standing in water. Okay, fine. You know what, this is a long list of fixes. Fixed a bug that caused the player's hand to disappear when they were holding a sign. Fixed a bug that caused the player's hand to disappear when they are holding a book. Fixed a bug that caused the player's hand to disappear when they are holding a map. Fixed a bug that caused the player's hand to disappear when they are holding a compass. You know, whenever you're holding anything in Minecraft, your hand would disappear, and this update will fix it. You might not know those bugs exist, but they have been fixed in 1.19.70. So obviously, I figured I'd try one last time. Okay, what's coming in this update? And the answer is added a new game mode, Hardcore. This is survival mode with permadeath. It's actually impressive that it could work out that Hardcore wasn't on Bedrock specifically, and then it could add it to the Bedrock game. That's really impressive. But then the new Pandemonium game mode sounds way more fun, because this is a Hardcore mode with permadeath and randomized item drops. That sounds amazing. You know, why isn't AI in charge of making Minecraft? I think they should fire all the staff, replace it with an AI that just dictates what gets done, because only they can work out that there's a crash that needs to be fixed when exiting a world, only they can work out that there's a crash that would occur when using the anvil, and only the AI can fix it. All hail the AI. Make sure that you subscribe to it, because if you don't follow these updates, then you won't be able to enjoy the great new King mob, or the hot air balloon, or even better, the thrown snowballs having a distance indicator. These are all just such important things, and only the AI can bring it to us. So all hail the AI. Leave a comment down below letting us know how you're gonna praise our new future overlords that are in the machine, because if you don't, there might be hell to pay. Also, the AI says it totally wants you to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching this video. Give me that subscription, because I've asked 3 times now, and apparently if you ask more for something, then people might give it to you. And thank you to Notelu for editing this video together, and for Erebus to putting together the GPT-3 thing, because I found that a little bit confusing, but I thought this was a lot of fun, and if you did too, then that's good, because I'll see you next time. Goodbye.